Time now for the big screen. We take a look at the movies coming to theaters and streaming platforms this weekend.
Candace McMillan, our movie guru with Seattle Refined, joins us this morning. Hi, Candace. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Let's start with the movie in theaters. What did you think about Tron? Is it Airs? Tron Airs?
Ares.
Ares,
Ares, like the God of War.
Okay.
Got it.
Yes. It's been 15 years since we saw Tron Legacy. It came out in 2010. The original Tron, it's been something like 43 years, which makes me feel terribly old. That came out in 1982. So now we have Tron Ares, which will impress viewers with its astounding visuals and pulse-pumping soundtrack, which was done by Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, and Atticus Ross. But the story itself leaves much to be desired. Jared Leto is the title character Ares, an AI soldier developed by the evil genius Julian Dillinger, played by Evan Peters. Ares is also a Pinocchio of sorts, coming to terms with his burgeoning conscience as he deals with moral dilemmas and a growing fascination with the real world. The digital creations, it's very convoluted. I don't need to go too much into it, but they're looking for a permanence code that can allow digital creations to stay alive in the real world permanently and not just for the 29 minutes that they currently have. Eve Kim is played by Greta Lee, who's the CEO of Encon. She's really good in this. Jared Leto is pretty wooden. He's a pretty wooden Pinocchio. And I can appreciate that with the questions that the film is posing about AI and how we are going to use AI in the future. This is kind of a pre-apocalyptic movie to me, but the storyline was just not very impressive. The chase sequences were cool. The visual effects are really awesome. It's a bop and score. So for like 20 minutes in this film, I was feeling really good, but then the story caught up and I was back to not loving it so much. So I would have watched a long Nine Inch Nails music video over this personally, but there are some really cool visuals if you're, kind of into that, and the soundtrack is cool.
Okay, well, so impressed.
Not super impressed.
Okay, let's get to the next movie on the list. This one stars Channing Tatum. It's called Roofman.
Roofman. Yes, and it's a surprising comedy. I actually wasn't expecting to like this so much and laugh so much and find this as endearing as it is. It's based on a true story from 20 years ago about a guy named Jeffrey Manchester who was down on his luck and began robbing fast food chains by breaking in through the roof, hence his nickname Roofman. He was caught, but he has a really good understanding of complex systems. He escaped jail and then proceeded to live inside an operating Toys R Us for 6 months. In that time, he meets and begins dating a woman played by Kirsten Dunst and is just trying to figure out how to evade authorities. The movie was written and directed by Derek Cianfrance, who is best known for darker dramas like Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines. But and you can feel that Roofman is somber at times. It's a very sad story, knowing he's trying to get out of his situation and make a better life for himself. But it's also a very funny story. It's also really well done, taking the material that they have and making it feel like this could actually happen, which it actually did. Channing Tatum's really good in this. His charisma, it's hard to deny that Channing Tatum is a superstar for a reason. Peter Dinklage has a tasty supporting role in this. It felt a little long at the end, but overall, I thought this was a really fun, wild ride that is also an unbelievably true story.
Wow. We love a true story, and I like that it's funny.
I do too. I think that would be every kid's dream, is living inside of Toys R Us for 6 months. Crazy.
Yeah. He was sneaking out in the middle of the night and eating M&Ms and playing with toys. I mean,
Crazy.
Can you imagine?
I can't.
Beyond my wildest imagination. Lastly, here's a movie that you can stream from the comforts of your own home, and it's called John Candy, I Like Me. Tell us about that one.
Yeah. So we've loved the biopics we've had over the past few months, it feels like. And this one's John Candy. He's just such an icon. And so this is a really fun watch to kind of learn more about his life. He died in 1994. I was far too young to really understand who he was at the time. But he was a Canadian treasure. His father died at the age of 35 on Candy's 5th birthday, and that kind of set up the long stretches of depression that he had, but he also was such a funny guy. He's known for films like Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Spaceballs, Cool Runnings, the cameo in Home Alone that's still talked about. And this documentary talks to all the people in his life who would have known him at the time. His wife, his 2 children, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, and Tom Hanks. The film was actually directed by Tom's son, Colin Hanks, who has always kind of idolized Candy as an actor. So I thought this was it's not reinventing the documentary genre, but it's sweet, it's informational. He's just such a larger than life character that I think it will make you tear up, it will make you laugh, and it's on Prime, so it's easy to stream.
2 out of 3.
Not bad. I used to love Uncle Buck as a kid. That was such a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Cool Runnings, man. We used to, the VHS was always in.
Childhood.
You know, we got to take Candace's advice because Candace, last weekend, I saw him after you told us not to go see him. And I completely agree with your review. So, note to self, take her advice.
I know.
Listen to Candace.
We have to have wishful thinking sometimes. I really was hoping to make him better than it was, but just hoping.
Just didn't happen. Candace, have a good weekend. Good to see you this morning.
Didn't happen. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's why we have her on the show.
That's why we have her on the show.
Tell us what we need to know before we go and spend our money.
Figure out what movies we should not waste our time on and which ones we should go to the theater and watch or watch at home. Roofman looks really good to me.
It does. That's the one that I'd see out of the 3.
Fascinating.
Yeah.